a positive outcome from the COVID-19 pandemic for me is an increased level of mindfulness when I go out and run the errands that I have to run. I've become more mindful of those around me and providing them with the safe distance they need, as well as the distance that I need as well. But I just don't make my quickest way through the store anymore. I'm actually more mindful and paying more attention to others, and probably exercising a higher level of courtesy than I had before. And so in addition to that, I think really appreciating more the time I have with my family and my friends.
So one of the interesting things that I learned during the COVID-19 was that we can all still be very active. We can go out, do walks or hikes in your local community. You can do home workouts and stuff like that. So don't let a pandemic like this, totally change your lifestyle. You can still be healthy, be active, and be fit.
The one thing that I've learned through the COVID-19 is to always expect the unexpected. Just live, laugh, and love. Live each day to the fullest, laugh until it hurts, and love the pain away.
So what have I learned during this time? I've learned that human beings are incredibly creative and resilient, and they seem to be able to adapt quickly to almost anything. If you think about it, within just a few months, we went to telehealth so that we could meet healthcare needs. We went to virtual classrooms for our children, and we thought of very creative ways to market our goods, from online sales to changing restaurants from sit-in restaurants to take out and pick up. And this all happened in no time at all, no time flat. And it's not perfect, no way. But if you consider how quickly we made these changes, it really illustrates to me just how adaptive we are. So I'm proud of our species.
My takeaway from COVID-19 is to never take for granted being able to hug your family and your friends.
What I've learned during this pandemic is we really took a lot of things for granted. We didn't have the freedom to travel, to see family members, and our normal days of life were completely changed. But we were all in this together. We learned who the true heroes were, our medical staff, and above all, we had to keep faith over fear.
To always work as a team.
Hi, what I have learned through the coronavirus is that all the ice cream shops are still open, but we have a lot of elastic clothes.
One thing I've learned from this coronavirus pandemic is that you can save a lot of money by doing grocery pickup. No more roaming through the stores of Target or Walmart. You get exactly what's on your list and you save a lot of money.
What I've learned about the coronavirus is wearing masks protects people around you, but it keeps your germs to yourself.
The pandemic has really reminded me to slow down and smell the roses and enjoy each and every day.
Things that I have learned from the coronavirus that are positive: wear your mask, wash your hands. You do not know who can expose you. If they don't have symptoms, they could be sitting right next to you, and next thing you know, you're in quarantine being tested. Be prepared for the quarantine as far as make sure you have everything in your house because you can't leave. I discovered Instacart, great thing. They deliver, or you can go pick up with contact-free delivery or contact-free pickup. But most importantly, I have discovered wash your hands every chance you get. Use hand sanitizer and wear a mask. It's not that big of a deal to put it over your face.
The one positive thing that I've learned is that it's important that we practice social distance. Actually, I have two more things. It's important that you wear your mask. It's important that you get your temperature taken once a day.
One positive thing that COVID has definitely taught us in the clinic and out in the community is how important hand washing is. So hopefully, I would hope that come fall, when the fall flu season comes around, maybe we'll even see less flu because we're washing our hands more often.
What I have learned from COVID is that I'm really touchy, because now I can't touch it away. And sidebar, how much I normally would not have washed my hand after going to Walmart or going to the grocery store, but I do now. And everyone else, be safe, wash your hands.
One positive thing that we've learned from COVID is the ability to better access our patients at home with telehealth services. Now we have all become more familiar with telehealth and have the ability to call people and see them on video at home without them having to come to the clinic and be possibly exposed.
One thing I've learned from the coronavirus is that it doesn't care who you are, and that we should all be careful of what we do, what we touch, and who we are around.
Okay.
So one of the most positive things that I have seen within this COVID pandemic is people in general, but definitely families, doing more things together and being more active and doing more things outside rather than being on their electronics or absorbed in their phones and their Facebook, etc. It has definitely been a positive thing to see more people doing things as a family and doing physical activities.
The one positive I noticed during the coronavirus was the teamwork. Our entire team at Southern Regional, both the residents, attendings, and staff, just came together to make sure all our patients got the proper care, both in the clinic and in the hospital. And I was very impressed.
It sure is a challenge to focus on the positive impact of COVID-19 because there is so much fear and so much uncertainty around this disease. But as I self-reflect, there are quite a few things that I have learned. The two that really stand out to me are adaptability and gratitude. We have done things the way we would have never thought of doing them before. For example, as doctors, who would have thought that your patient could be sitting in their house, you could be sitting in your office and still continue to help patients in some way. Our children have been able to continue their education because we've started virtual learning. The teachers have put together, curriculums that can be taught virtually. So there have been a lot of things that have been done. We have been very quick to adapt to this crisis and make the best of it. The other thing that really stands out to me is a sense of gratitude. We do take a lot of things for granted. So when something like COVID-19 hits, you sit back and you think and then you're thankful for the small things in life, which, on a day-to-day basis, you would not even notice. So I do think, and there are lots of other things that have come out of COVID-19, which has enabled us to become better human beings. So I hope as we, look back at these times, we appreciate the collaboration, the creativity, and the sense of community that came out of this crisis. And as Churchill has once said, never let a crisis go to waste. So I hope we can continue doing the good work and look at something that's positive from this crisis.